Hello, this is a quick video, but I had to share with you this experience. I am traveling throughout Portugal and I am right now in the ruins of a Celtic village. So as you know, this is probably like over 2000 years old. I am going to take you to visit a bit of this. The reason why I'm doing this video here is to tell you how important it is that we have zero preconception when we try to sense the energy of some places. One of the things that I notice the most is that when someone goes to a beautiful place, because it's modern, because it has been recently built, they tend to think that it's positive. Oh, it's wonderful. And if there's a beautiful decoration, oh, it's a very nice energy. Because people go with the visual appearance of things. And that is a big mistake. A mistake that those who do it here inside the body will do also in an astral projection outside the body. They see something and they jump into conclusions. So I came here knowing that so many people lived here and trusting I would sense some of the energies of the ancient places that were here. I have also been into many different ruins. I'm going to walk by some, I hope, but if not, I'm going to show you some pictures here while I explain. And you go there, the energy in many cases is just agreeable. It's okay, you can relax in there. Bottom line, it's obvious. We have to pay attention to elements that are not observable with the physical eyes. We are influenced by what we see. So the only way to do it is to reduce to the maximum our preconceptions and to be attentive to what sort of reaction happens on us. And reaction can be a change in our thought pattern, a different emotion, or sometimes we just feel a little bit down for no reason, or we feel we are inspired, we feel we want to jump. These little things that most people would consider, it's just the way they are in that moment, several times is related with energy. What is very important is that you keep in mind that you do not need to travel around and visit historical places and go abroad for you to learn how to distinguish these energies. It has to be immersed in your routine, in your everyday life. When you do that, you will find the references you need. Let me share with you a personal story of mine, a situation that happened. Because long ago, when I still used to live in São Paulo, Brazil, I remember that some mornings I would walk around the city. So I was in a beautiful avenue and I could walk around. I remember that in the mornings that I would walk around, while I was in that little tour, it was a beautiful area of São Paulo, but there was a soccer stadium. And every time I would pass close to it, I would feel like, oh, such a weight. I couldn't even walk. It was so hard to drag my body to move ahead. And in other moments, I would turn okay. And it took me a few times to notice that would happen every time I would pass through a certain area. I would normally just consider coincidence and not go there anymore. But because I was aware of the energetic processes, I started paying attention and I noticed whatever was there, I could never understand what. I could never decipher the situation that was there, multidimensionally speaking, in the non-physical spiritual level, but something was there and it was not nice. My feeling, the type of sensation that I had, is that there had been some sort of black magic around that area, because it was a little bit further. I mean, it was in the heart of the city, but there were not so many roads leading there, because that was more for pedestrians when they would go to watch a game or something like this. But maybe some sort of black magic had been done, and there was an energy field there, because it was not something light, it was not simple, and it was really, really impactful. But in your case, can you examine the different sensations you have, places where you feel more disposed, places where your thoughts are contaminated or you feel down? Follow the patterns and examine, and maybe you start learning from those energies, the reference that you can gain to explore more how you sense energy. and how you can distinguish the different types of energy around. Let me show you a little bit more of the place here. And there are so many interesting corners. I'm going to bring you to check them. Yesterday, I was walking around here and I went to so many places, so many corners. But all of a sudden, I passed by a little house that was beautiful. It was being remodeled. It was nothing amazing. It's just an old house in a village. But all of a sudden, I felt such a pressure like in my ears. And then I spent hours and hours with sort of energy gravitating. I had to work with energy several times so that I would be less impacted by that. It was not like an energy attack that you feel down. No, it was something that most people would not even notice. It was almost like just an atmosphere that changed around. But because I am very used to this sort of sensations that for me, I feel in my ears, for you, probably it would be something different. It's usually different from one person to another. But because of that, what happened is that I was very attentive that something was different in my energy. And usually when I observe this, it's related with old energy and something that is lingering around, but not a direct attack, if you understand what I mean. So it's different type of contaminations of energies, and some of those are not so easy for us to detect. What is very important is that we are not looking for what's wrong, what I'm sensing is energy. No. But on the other hand, don't be like, oh, everything is okay. No. Just have your senses up there, your antennas are up, but on the other hand, you are okay. And then you will learn with time how to distinguish these many different types of energy that we can have around. I'm going to show to you a little bit of the place here. The energy here of this place is so beautiful. There are so much of nature. The energy that comes from the mountain range that is around, if you just stop in a corner, that invades you. It's really beautiful and peaceful place. But there are corners, there are small areas where things happened and we have to be attentive. So I'm going to show you all of that. Each of these little squares that we see, they were rooms. And of course the rooms were quite small. So when we see like these rocks that they are here on the surface, they would use some of those that would surface naturally and some they would just place there to form the different rooms of the house. So if you see here, for instance, this probably was like a bedroom or something. Of course, right now, it's not so well established. But I've learned by traveling throughout the world and seeing so many of these ruins that the rooms used to be small and the houses were all together. Then you would see a city that would be pretty much just all the little houses, and it could be even a powerful city in some cases. So as you can see, there was a wall establishing the outside border of the city, which today we would call a city. So here is one of the corners that I like sitting by. But if you ask me, Nancy, would you choose that spot, those ruins, for a picnic area? I don't think so. It's not bad, it's nice, but it's not necessarily the place I would pick for a picnic area. I hope you enjoyed this quick tour with me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Goodbye.